know this. Or wait, take that back. Does anybody know what the volume of a sphere is? No. Or you've seen it before?
I knew it, but I forgot it.
4/3?
Okay, never mind.
Okay. 4/3 pi r cubed. That is the volume of a sphere. 4/3 pi r cubed. Now the surface area of a sphere, which is the stuff around, okay, is 4 pi r squared. And so that's just kind of one of those little tidbit things that eventually you may need to know. But the volume of a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed, so that means how much the sphere will hold, or how much the ball will hold. And so if I look at this problem here, how would I find the volume of it?
Take 5 cubed.
So I'm going to take 4/3 times
25
times 5
225
cubed, right?
No, just kidding.
And so now,
600.
if I take 4/3 times pi times, I think it's 125.
Yeah.
If I was going to answer this in terms of pi, you would combine these two terms. All right, which in this case would actually be what?
166 and 2/3.
Well, it'd be what's on the top. What's 4 times 125?
Oh.
4 times
500 over 3 pi, and my label would be whatever the units is cubed. So that would be if you were in terms of pi. If you wanted to use the pi button and give a more exact answer, you would just take that times pi. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and look at, oops, skipped it. Let's go ahead and look at this. As an exercise for her art class, Mona has cast a plaster cube 12 centimeters on each side. Her assignment is to carve the largest possible sphere from the cube. What percentage of the plaster will be carved away? So how do I solve this problem?
Find the area of the cube that means find the area of the sphere.
And then divide. Not divide, subtract.
Find the what?
Find the spheres, find the box, subtract the sphere from the box.
Find the volume of the sphere, volume of the box, and subtract those two. So let's first of all find the volume of the cube. The volume of the cube can be found by taking 12 times 12 times 12, which is what? 1728. So now what I need to do is find the volume of the sphere. So to find the volume of the sphere, I'm going to take 4/3 pi times radius cubed. So in this case, the radius is actually 6. It's not 12.
Question.
Yeah.
On that last one, it was like, I don't know what it was, just say it was 5, I think it was 500, 500 over 3.
Yep.
Shouldn't we, like, do that out?
Yeah. You could. You don't have to.
But
You could leave it in terms of pi.
I know, but wouldn't it leave it in terms of pi, wouldn't it still be, you have to divide that out somehow, wouldn't you?
No. You don't. You could leave it there. So now, what is 4/3 pi times 6 cubed going to be? 864 over 3 pi, right? Now in this case, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go ahead and give that a decimal approximation, because otherwise we're not going to be able to figure out the percentage. Okay, so if I go ahead and use a decimal approximation, what do you end up getting for this one?
904.77.
904 point, let's just round it up to 7/8. Okay, so that's what the volume of the sphere is. And so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I need to subtract those two to find out how much is gone. Okay, so subtract those two, so 1728 minus 904.78. 820 what?
823.
That is how much is gone. That is how much plaster has disappeared. Now notice what they say, what percentage of the plaster will be carved away. So to find a percentage, I'm going to take the amount I carve away divided by the total amount. So amount carved away divided by the total. And what does that come out to be? 0.47 what? 6? What? 0.4760?
No, 0.476400.
So really, this would be a total of 47.64%. Okay, so that's how much is going to be carved away. Questions? All right, let's look at another one. Find the volume of plastic needed for this hollow toy component. The outer hemisphere diameter is 5 inches, and the inner hemisphere diameter is 4 inches. So in order to find this, I'm going to take the volume of the outer minus the volume of the inner. So volume of outer is what I'm going to find first of all. So the volume of the outer is going to be 4/3 pi. My radius is what? 2.5 cubed. And I'm going to take that times 1/2 since it's a hemisphere. Okay, it's not a sphere, it's a hemisphere. And so if I go ahead and do that, so what we're going to do is multiply all those things out. So if you were going to multiply this out, where would I start? I would start with the 2.5 cubed. So I would take the 2.5 cubed times 1/2 times 4/3 times pi. And when you do that, what do you get?
32.0.
31.25.
Somebody else get that?
I had 32.72.
I had that.
32 point what?
72.
Oh, for the actual answer?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's 32.72.
32.72. It's like 31.25 pi divided by 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is do the volume of the inner. So the same thing, 4/3 pi times what cubed? 2 cubed times 1/2. And what does that equal? 16.75. Did somebody else get that? 16.76. So now to find the total volume, what am I going to do? Subtract those two. So what's the volume going to be?
Oh, I didn't do my pi, that's why.
15.96.
15.96. Label is inches cubed. So there you go. Questions? So far, so good? All right. Find the volume of a spherical shell with an outer diameter of 6 meters and an inner diameter of 4 meters.
What's a spherical
So once
shell?
again, basically like a hollow ball.
Oh, like the one we just had.
Yeah. Only this one is going to be a ball, not a bowl.
Gotcha.
So the volume of the outer, how can I find that, folks?
4/3 pi
pi.
times 3.
What does that come out to be? What? 113.10. Okay, good. Now we got to do the volume of the inner. Volume of the inner, what am I going to take?
Oh, 3.
4/3 times pi times what?
2.
Okay, and what will that equal? $33.51. So to find the total volume, I'm going to subtract. And what do I end up getting? 79.59.
Yeah.
label will be meters cubed. Okay, questions? Think you can handle this? Surface area of a sphere. Or volume of a sphere, sorry. Tomorrow we get to cover surface area of a sphere, sorry. Here you go, I need you on pages 559 to 561, number 7, and number 10. We're going to be looking for a test soon. My guess is probably like Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday of next week. Okay?